March 1st, 2015. I have just returned from Evolution Studio where Jacqueline Cabot was teaching her workshop on comedy improv. So we got to play a lot of games, some of them challenging, some of them really fun. And my favorite part was the type of a game where there was a lot of physicality. So I got to play around, roll on the floor, and have amazing fun. I've recorded for you the beginning introductory speech that Jacqueline did, and I'm sorry about the speech cutting off at the end. It's because my iPhone ran out of memory, so I'm gonna get busy cleaning it today. Alright guys, have a wonderful night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Exciting for me because it's technically my first workshop here in Monterey. I did a teeny one a few months ago, but this one's like, that was just practice. This is the first real one. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself, and then I'd love to go around the circle and just share your name and anything interesting about you while you're here, whatever you think is appropriate or inappropriate, really your call. Okay, so my name is Jacqueline Cabot, and I just moved here from New York, actually. And I was on my way to LA, and I stopped here to visit my friend Johnny, and I knew I was going to stay here for a few weeks to kind of decompress before I went to LA. And I was like, wait, I like this better than LA. It really kind of was that simple. And I'm in the entertainment industry, so there will be some back and forth, but this, I really wanted to base myself here, and partially because or not even partially, a big component was like this community just totally embraced me. And then and of course that really touched me because as you'll see with comedy improv, it really is all about embracing people and becoming part of the community. So as far as my background, I lived in New York for 17 years. I originally got there because I got into a theater program right out of college at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. And one of the first auditions that I went on was, are you familiar with Second City? It's a big improv group out of Toronto and Chicago, and they have a spinoff in Manhattan. So I got into that in my very early 20s, and I sort of got into that world really early on, which was great. So over the years, I performed improv. Amy Poehler was my teacher from Saturday Night Live at one point, and I was in a group for years. We traveled across the country. We did a combination of improv, and we were all writers. Technically, improv is writing on your feet, so we did sketches as well. But I always had a real job, as they say back in the day, because I didn't want to be like an artist who was a dog walker. So I worked in real estate, executive search, all of that. But when things really started shifting is when I started to teach, and I really wasn't doing it to save the world or anything. I just needed extra money. So I marketed my class, this is in New York, to very specifically to non-performers, people who, I'm sure you can figure out what non-performers are. These are people who have not performed. And they were generally people who would come see me in shows, my friends, and really I marketed to them because I knew they could pay me. But what happened was, when I got them on stage, everything really shifted, because simultaneously I was into the human potential stuff, the Buddhism, the yoga, this, that, and the other. And when I saw these people on stage that hadn't played since they were kids, the shift happened so fast because it's experiential. And then it occurred to me, comedy improv rules are really the universal life tools, all about making people look good, being in the moment, getting out of your head, building something together. And why not? Hi there. Hi. What's your name? Hi. How are you doing? I will get you something. You can register, didn't you? Yeah. That's okay. You get these. I'll just let you get your collar. So it was just this unbelievable thing, not being on stage and watching people up there and seeing just what was happening. They looked, within minutes, they looked different. They were glowing. They were just, it was phenomenal just to observe, because I'd always been on stage, and because I would like to say I'm kind of entrepreneurial, I started marketing it in two directions, because I knew the corporate world would really benefit from this type of, I guess, I hate the word team building, but it really is team building. So I've worked with Bank of America, Procter & Gamble, Southwest Airlines, a lot of big companies, but I also took another angle, which in a strange way is kind of how I ended up here, was in all the human potential centers. The MAKE Institute, I've taught at the Esalen Institute up in Big Sur, and then that's kind of how I got